FM 100 ICRT. It's music in the mix right here in the Hour of Power. And, of course, we always play a lot of great, dance tunes, hip-hop, if not whatnot, during the 7 o'clock hour. But I decided to play something really, really, really fresh from the oven. It's a new single called Snapbacks and Tattoos by Dricky Graham right here on ICRT FM 100. Along with Dot Rotten and Overload in the mix right here on the Jam. And as I mentioned, we have a musical guest right here in the 7 o'clock hour. And she goes by the name of Miss K.O., huh?
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Miss Ko.
Miss
Ko. Thank you.
FM 100 right here. We got to be like rapping and rhyming for the whole hour with you.
Maybe. No. We can do a little bit of talking.
Anyway, she's a fairly new artist here in Taiwan, although you have released a mixtape, back in 2009, right?
Yes. I released a mixtape back in New York, and that did pretty well. So I decided to take it kind of global, and I'm here in Taiwan.
And now here in Taiwan with your brand new album. This just came out, I think, last week.
Yeah.
Knockout.
Yeah.
Such a knockout here, huh?
It's been doing pretty well, so I'm very appreciative of it.
Very well received, especially with our DJs here. And you met Ron Stewart just now, right?
Yeah, he was very welcoming.
Yeah. No, he was the first one that responded to some of the spots that we're playing, music that included your music, and he's like, who is this? Gotta meet her. Introduce me to her.
I'm glad I can attract that type of attention.
So actually, you're trying. You got a Chinese name, but it's not really a rapper name, is it?
Technically not. It's actually my government name.
Your official government passport name.
Yeah, it's exactly how it is. Yeah.
So K.O. came from this, or no?
Well.
Really?
Ko is just what people call me, so it's always been Miss Ko or just Ko. And Ko kind of has a pun intended, so K.O. So I figured it's a creative way to
and it's easy to
present
say,
myself.
Right, easy to remember.
Simple.
Exactly, and then you got your, album here called Knockout, so K.O., there you go. Now, I was just explaining to Miss Ko right here that we do call-outs, and you lived in New York City for a long time, didn't you?
I was born and raised there.
You're born and raised there, yeah. So
that's my home.
For quite some time. And then now bringing all this stuff back to Taiwan. It just so happens, we do call-outs right here where we call people and surprise them. We got listeners who initiate the process. They maybe, send us an email or send us a letter, and we select the ones that seem to be important, and then we do surprises right here.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so
Let's surprise somebody.
Exactly. So I got this letter here from Luca, this email, who apparently missed a call-out last time because he wrote in a little too late. But now he's got another call-out for someone named Jia. Okay? 应该是叫张嘉玲 Jia. And please do talk to her in English since she graduated from NYU.
Cool.
Yeah. And it looks like this is her birthday today.
Oh.
This is her big day today.
Okay.
I think
maybe we can sing something to her on air.
Maybe we could. And he's also requested for he's requested for several songs right here. Either Drive By, or do you know of this artist here in Taiwan, DJ Jerry, Luo Baiji?
DJ Jerry, I can't say that I've heard of him.
Okay.
Maybe I'll hear him the first time today.
Apparently, this girl named Jia, her favorite song is 苏伟在哪里?
苏伟在哪里?
你没有听过啊?
No, 没有听过.
This is by a musician who moved back to Taiwan like more than a decade ago. I think he's from LA as well. From America as well, from LA, and he has a current hit called 苏伟在哪里, and it goes 把你右手举起来举起来苏伟在哪里呀 没有听过吗
No
然后呢我们这个听众说 ICRT 不知道会不会有这首歌所以你要播这首也可以或者是 Drive By by Train 也可以 So anyways I'm gonna play Drive By though
Okay
Alright let's look for Jia right now. Let's hope that she will pick up the phone.
Pick up
Yes, give me a dial tone. There you go.
Jia
Now, sometimes people don't pick up because...
They don't know it's ICRT.
Exactly. They don't know it's ICRT, and they don't recognize the number.
Right. I do that, too.
Like, how about you? If you get an unknown number on your cell phone, do you pick up?
Actually, you're right. I don't pick up.
See?
Yeah.
So, half the time we fail here, but...
Oi.
Oi?
Oi?
Oi, is this Jia?
是啊。
Hi, Jia. Guess what?
谁啊？
这是谁？这里是 ICRT Radio Station 电台。
哦。
然后嘞？然后嘞？
听说今天是你的生日。
请问今天是你很重要的日子，对不对？
我被 ICRT 打来了。
对呀。佳佳，你现在跟谁在一起啊？
跟同事。
跟同事哦 ，OK。今天是你的生日嘛，对不对？
Yes.
We heard about it, and we're here to celebrate with you. And not only are we celebrating with you, we also got an artist right here named Miss Ko, who's going to celebrate with you too, okay?
Miss Ko?
Miss Ko, 对。然后呢，这个我先讲为什么会打这个电话来，你一定要知道说是谁要让你得到这个惊喜，对不对？
Yeah, I really want to know.
Okay, so here it is. if you were to guess, who do you think this is from? He says that you call him a 宅男 all the time.
Oh, Luca?
Yes, you got it.
You only call one person a 宅男.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Zainan.
And he wants to defend himself. He says he is not a 宅男, okay? But before we get to that, let me just read out what he wants to say to you, okay?
Okay.
Now, he says here, first of all, please don't go wild. And remain calm on the air, okay? He says here, today's your biggest day, and no matter how old you are, I will always like you. And I remember last year, we became good friends with no reasons, really. And you really impressed me during my birthday. That's what got my attention.
Oh.
And now there's a reason, okay? He says, you introduced me to a lot of pretty girls.
Oh, that's why you're important.
You really need to thank me.
I need to know you now, Jaja. And then he goes on, I still think hanging out with you, no, I still hang out with you not only in reality, but also with online games.
Yeah.
But I have to say, I am not a 宅男. I am just more 居家.
Okay.
Okay, that's
I understand that, but the truth is it's still a Zainan.
You know, Jaja, I have to agree.
And everybody thinks so.
Really? I tend to agree because what he writes here next is sort of a 宅男 thing to say now. Because he says, I'm going to give you my biggest blessing on your big day, but also remember to ask for a single-hand weapon for your witch from Diablo 3 as your birthday gift. Now,
That's a 宅男right there.
That's a 宅男 right there.
Yeah.
He's telling you to get that as a gift on your birthday.
I want him not to 拖我下水.
Anyways, apparently you guys hang out at Trio, a lounge bar here in Taipei a lot. So he says, I wish we can hang out in reality more. And I would also like to ask ICRT to play Drive By for you. Hope that our friendship,
you know, a happy song.
Yeah, it's a happy song, and hope that our friendship will not fade away. Just like in the lyrics, I will be there for you. And that's why I want to send this song out to you. However, I do know your favorite song is 苏伟在哪里? Is that true?
Do you 苏伟 a lot?
那个去 KTV 会常唱，对不对？
Yeah.
I knew it. 苏伟在哪里呀？苏伟在这里呀。苏伟在哪里？
Okay, it's all right.
You know what? I hope your favorite song is going to be from Miss Ko next, because, again, we have a musical act right here, and she just released her brand new album, and it's some great hip-hop in both English and Chinese. Hopefully, next time when you call in, you'll be requesting her music, okay?
Okay,
yeah.
Sure.
Finally, I'm going to go ahead and play this song, Drive By, from your friend Luca. But you're from New York. You graduated from New York University, right? NYU.
Yeah.
Yeah. Miss Ko is from New York, too. So
I'm attending NYU this fall.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
You're just going there for the first time?
No, it's for grad school.
For grad school. Okay, yeah. I was like, wow.
Me too.
All right. Well, we're going to be talking more about New York in the next half hour to come. But anything you want to say to Luca for giving you the surprise on the air?
You're also one of my best friends and my best friend in online. And I'm really happy that I can have such a best friend with me, and he really light up my life. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Oh.
That's great. That's great. And I hope you guys get to hang out real soon. Maybe even, aren't you going to celebrate tonight?
Okay.
Aren't you going to celebrate tonight? Go out and have fun?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
sure.
We'll give Luca a call, all right?
Okay, sure. I
will. No problem. We're going to go ahead and send this song out to you since it's the hour of power. I'm going to play the remix of Drive By Train. And again, happy birthday, Jaja.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jaja. Happy birthday to you.
Have a good one. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Stay tuned. We got more from Miss Ko coming up next.
I just sang happy birthday.
Hey, that's what it is. 滑动. Slide. Here on ICRT FM 100. Again, it's Miss Ko.
Yes.
Do you like to be called Miss Ko more or Miss K.O. or either way?
People just call me Ko, and I respond fairly well to that.
Right,
so simple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, his brand new album, Knockout, is available now. And I got to tell you, not even with just Mandarin music, because I'm a hip-hop fan.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But over the years, especially the last 3 years, and even Nas had a single out called Hip Hop is Dead.
Oh, yes. I heard about that.
Right. It's dying in a way. Or is it? What's your take on this?
Hip-hop
And I think it should be brought back because all of a sudden you have all these well-known European DJs taking over,
right.
all the scene now, and they're collaborating with hip-hop artists to introduce a new format now I think it's called electro hop, which is hip-hop and electronic music.
I don't think it's dying. I think it's just branching out into different forms. And the hip-hop that we're used to, the old school kind of like,
the jazz funk,
Nas and Jay-Z, and that's kind of just like in an era where, it was nice for a period of time, but that can't last forever. So
of course,
naturally, it kind of has to veer off into different directions, and I think it's going into a direction where people aren't used to. So they're saying it's dying, but. There's still some great hip-hop out there.
It's still out there,
yes.
And I think people shouldn't forget about it. And as a matter of fact, in the last half a year, maybe even a year, you see a surge in the hip-hop that we used to know back in the 90s and 2000s as well. Right. Because I think there's been an oversaturation of electronic music. Are you a fan of that, though? I mean, do you listen to all sorts of music, or you're so confined to
I love all kinds of music, but, what rings true to me most is old school, like R&B, hip-hop, and just funk, like Earth, Wind, and Fire. Something like that really kind of makes me want to get up and dance.
And we're going to talk more about that, because even in your music, you mentioned LL Cool J and A Tribe Called Quest.
Yes.
And supposedly you're still so young at age, and that, did you grow up with their music, I suppose?
I did grow up with their music.
All right,
so.
well, let's hold off that, let's hold on to that idea, and then we'll take a break right now.
Okay.
We got our entertainment report, and we'll come back more from Miss Ko right here on ICRT.
You got it.
See, that's the thing about hip-hop. 很容易跟着节奏. Follow that rhythm. Follow the rhyme. It's Miss Ko, K-O on 100 ICRT. Time is 7:40. Again, coming out with some great hip-hop in Mandarin and English as well.
Yes.
And I read somewhere that some people call you 饶舌界的邓丽君.
Oh, 饶舌. I have a 我在我的这个 in my CD, I have a set of lyrics or 2 bars. It's 如果台湾嘻哈有 MVP, 我就是饶舌的邓丽君.
That's it.
Yeah. So the one that I collaborated with a hip hop artist out here, Wantong, MJ 116, and ESO. So when we put out the video, that when we were writing the song, he said he heard that track, and then he remembers that one line as being the punch.
I think that's a cool title. That's a cool title, right? 饶舌界的邓丽君.
I don't know too many like stars, so I figure like if I were to compare myself to anyone, maybe that one. Yeah.
But speaking of stars, exactly, that's what I was going to ask. I mean, there is a whole bunch of hip-hop artists here in Taiwan that, of course, you've probably met over the years. You just mentioned a few already.
Yes.
Wantong and Rego is another one, of
yes,
course.
Yes.
Jockey. But I think a lot of times when, especially this particular song that you just heard on the air, 跟着节奏, just because how it starts off with some jazz funk, I think it reminds people of 蛋堡 a lot.
蛋堡是制作人, so he's the actual producer of this album.
In fact, you got a track with him on the
he's featured on the 6th track. 太阳下.
So, how did you? I mean, did you meet these guys before coming out with this album, or I mean, were you already such a fan of hip hop that when you came back to Taiwan, you came back like 2.5 years ago?
I came back to 2010 in February, and I didn't think of anything. I didn't think much of the hip hop scene back then.
Okay.
I just knew I wanted to make music, so. I did a song for this competition, 庆成节.
Yes, you mentioned it. I was afraid you didn't want to mention it, but I think we should.
That's something I hope I put in the past, but I did do that.
It's pretty cute. That's good, actually.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. 庆城街1号, I think that's what
Yes, yes. That was the first Chinese song that I wrote ever. So I was actually afraid that it wouldn't be too good. And apparently it was really well received.
You got good responses on it.
I'm glad.
And it's about food in the mall and stuff like that, huh?
It was just something fun that I decided to put together, and I only had a day to do it, so it's kind of just rushed. But I think you get the hint of what I'm trying to say and my abilities.
Right. I was just mentioning to Miss Ko that it just so happens, 2 days ago, a good friend of mine, his name is Alan, and he moved back to the States half a year ago, and he misses everything about Taiwan, of course. And he just checked out this video clip on YouTube of this MC known as MC 宝贝, who was rapping all these like Taiwan 小吃 for 宜兰的美食节, and he fell in love with that. Now I'm gonna have to introduce your music and 庆城街 to him.
Yes.
As well.
I'm sure you'll find that intriguing.
Yes, indeed. Again, we're talking to Miss Ko right here, who apparently not only just released her album, but she's also going to go back to New York.
Yeah, I got into NYU for the fall program.
Okay.
So I'm going to try and go fulfill my parents' wishes while trying to do my own. It's a little bit, I've been selfish and, been in Taiwan for a while now, so I think it's time
I don't know, there's some sort of a disappointment there, because I'm all for a bit more education.
Right.
There's no doubt about that. But at the same time, finally, we're getting to hear something that is so unique and special, and I'm sure you still make frequent visits back to this part of the world, but nevertheless, I wish you could be here a little bit longer and really expose this music to even more people here in Taiwan. Was it a tough decision for you to go back to school?
It's a decision that's been there, so it's not like I can really change it now. So I can only handle it the way that it's happening. So I'm going to do a semester, and I'm going to come back in December, and we're going to continue things.
But then again, it just enlightened me that even from a musical point of view, you do want to be in New York, though, don't you?
I really miss home. I mean, I can't say that I don't miss home, but I think right where things are going right now, it's a good chance for me to go back and really understand everything that's going on, and then come back with a clear mind and continue that.
Right. Yeah. But going back to the subject that we talked about right before the break, that you grew up with a lot of these hip hop greats.
Yeah.
And
I did.
Were you really on stage with LL Cool J?
Yeah, I was. I have a picture of me like on stage with LL just jumping. I went to something called it was Microsoft's barbecue, Live at the Barbecue.
Okay.
I think that was back in 2007. And he just pulled a bunch of people on stage. I was part of the media faculty, but he pulled a bunch of people on stage, and we were just up there dancing, and I just fell in love with like the feeling of being on stage.
Sure, of course. And LL Cool J. I mean, now he's more of an actor rather than a rapper, but nevertheless.
But I grew up with his music.
So did I, man.
Mama said knock you out.
Yeah, going back to Cali.
Yes.
Cali.
Around the way.
All that stuff. What other influences have you had over the years growing up?
There's been a ton of influences, but musically, I think it's more so. When I first listened to Lauryn Hill, I draw a lot of influence from her because she can sing and she can rap, and I naturally like to sing more. I think rapping is just something where I can say more within a smaller amount of time. But singing is more where the soul is at, I think. Other inspirations, I think Mary J. Blige.
Okay.
When I was growing up, I really liked Tupac.
Of course.
The first song was Changes. That kind of changed my whole outlook on life and music. Just a lot of old school people. I like Earth, Wind, and Fire. Kool and the Gang, and just a lot of different eclectic artists. Yeah, A Tribe Called Quest. I love it.
There you go. That you mentioned it in one of your singles here too, and that's how you become such a great songwriter as well. I didn't mention that yet. Okay, everything you've been hearing so far, it's been written by you lyrically.
Yeah,
and the music as well.
Yes, it's all written by me. But apparently people don't think my Chinese is good enough that I should be.
We should quiz you right now because we've been speaking in English all this time, which is righteous on ICRT. But nevertheless, if you look at your album, actually more than half of the lyrics that I'm seeing right here at a glance is in Mandarin.
It's in Chinese.
所以我们现在都很好奇，你中文到底是多好呢？
我的中文还可以吧？我们来试试看，你有什么考验？
没有啊，就是这些歌词其实。当然很多东西是很生活化的东西 and that's the thing about rap and hip hop. You just draw from whatever is around you.
Right.
Start rhyming and whatnot. But 其实你写的也还不错啊，不会说让人家觉得说只是很简单的那个，因为 to rhyme in Chinese that's probably a tough job for you.
Yeah, rhyming is. 押韵的部分真的是有一点比较难，对一个中文不是母语的人来说。But 我会觉得，如果是我用英文的方式来押韵，就还蛮自然的。所以我其实这些押韵都是很自然出来的，不会去刻意去写出来或怎样。所以 it's all natural. I mean, I can't say that anything was forced in this album. So. I'm very happy
the danger of rapping in Chinese and Mandarin is because it's all every word is one syllable. So in the beginning of time, when people start doing some hip hop in Mandarin, it all sounded like 鼠来宝. You've known 鼠来宝, right?
鼠来宝? No.
It's an old ancient art form, where hey, 今天大家要吃饭啊, whatever. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm not good at that, but anyways,
it's a rap style.
It's a rap style, but it's a traditional Chinese way of doing it, and that's all. It's one syllable after another.
Oh.
That's it. Until people starting to know how to use words differently and flow differently. And even with English, same thing. Sometimes when you want to rhyme, you actually split up a word into, if there's 3 syllables, you might stop at the second syllable so that it could rhyme with the previous line and then go on to the next one.
Yeah, there's something, I think Eminem uses it best, the multi-syllabalism.
Yeah, is that what it's called? Okay, that's the terminology.
Multi-syllabalism. Syllabalism. Yeah.
Try to say that 10 times.
I think I made that up, but yeah. It's called something like multi-syllabalism.
Yeah, see, that gives you even more variety, if you will.
Yeah, so you can rhyme words like element and elephant and irrelevant and just long words that have more than one syllable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all about 我的饶舌, and that's why I'm going to play this song right now here on ICRT. More from Miss Ko.
检测一下我的饶舌。
Yes.
饶舌。
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 三声舌啊。
舌啊。
不是蛇啊。
舌。
你有舌头吗？
我没有舌头。
他的舌头很厉害的，就是葛中山。Miss Ko right here on ICRT FM 100. 饶舌, that's Miss Ko here on ICRT FM 100 from the album Knockout. And she's got one track that's entirely in English. And I'm going to have that for you called Hey DJ coming up right after the break. Stay tuned to ICRT. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the show. This is The Jam. Coming down to the final minutes of The Jam right here.
Hey DJ.
Like I promised, this is a song called Hey DJ. And this is off of your brand new album, Knockout, which is the only English track of the album.
Yeah. Well, the other ones are mainly in Chinese, and we kind of just wanted to keep one English song.
That's cool. That's cool. And I think you should, because, again, it's such a unique album to hear you rap and do music in Mandarin like that. You got a special place right there.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. And again, I wish that you could continue on to come out with new music. You can even sing like our ICRT jingle or something. You flow so well. I mean, are you good at impromptus? Like, I mean, as someone who loves hip hop and raps.
Impromptus, I can try. I mean, I can only do my best, but I usually like to prepare things so that it can come out its best.
Because we all have that image, right? Like Eminem, he grew up, doing that all the time. And, and it seems like it's an intuitive thing at the end. And it's just amazing how, you're a lyrical poet, if you will,
Technically, yes.
Technically, yeah. But Miss Ko,
a bilingual poet.
A bilingual poet, yeah.
Yes.
And Chinese is very important now in the world, too.
Yeah, I guess with China as an increasing power.
Yeah. Of course. So I wish you all the best. You can keep in touch with Miss Ko on Facebook. I understand you have your own Facebook fan page, too.
Yes, Miss Ko, MISSKO.
Right. And thank you for bringing your music here to ICRT. Again, since you're going back in what, a few days?
In a few days.
Oh, boy. I was going to invite you back again as soon as possible, but I guess we're going to have to wait until you visit Taiwan again next time.
Maybe, yes. Whenever you want me back, I'll be back.
Okay. Keep us posted, all right?
Yes. I want to shout out my label, Yensa,
Yes.
Cow Inc., and Dila and Soft Lip Danbao for making this album with me. So.
Right.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Hey, no, thank you.
Thank you
for giving us this
too,
music.
Joe.
Again, this is Hey DJ, and that's all the time I have for tonight's show. Ron Stewart, your fan, is coming up next.
We'll see him later.
And we'll see you again next time, all right?
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.